At some point in your life, at some point on your journey, at some point on the path that you've chosen, you're gonna need to become your motivation. At some point, there's not going to be enough people. There's not going to be enough rewards. There's not going to be enough accolades and applause, pats on the back, and high fives. At some point in life, there's not going to be anything available in the arena of life, on this path, on this journey, on this road. There's not going to be anything except you. And you're going to need to be enough. So the question is, are you enough? Are you enough of a motivator? Are you enough of an inspiration? Are you enough to move you forward in and of yourself? That's the question. Are you enough, or are you depending on other things, other people? Are you dependent on something outside of yourself to move you, to motivate you, to inspire you? Because at some point on your journey, you're going to hit that wall, and there's not going to be enough things and people and exterior and external rewards. At some point, all of those things are going to fail you, and you're going to be left with you. And the question is, are you enough? And if you're not enough, then how do you make up for that? How do you change that, right? I want you to consider, if this is where you are in your life, if you've hit that wall and there's not enough around you, you're not receiving enough, you're not getting enough, and it seems like you just want to give up, I want you to consider initiating a new identity. An identity not rooted in what you do and what you have, but an identity rooted in what you are. Have you ever considered what you are? See, many of us are so concerned with who we are. Many of us are searching why we are, without first developing a clear idea, image, picture, perspective, perception of what we are. Consider, at least I've discovered in my own life, and this is where I draw much of my inspiration, much of my motivation, right? Is that what I am is creation. I am a created being. That means that I have a creator, someone, something that created me, that thought of me, planned for me, strategized for me, thought about me. I was my creator's idea, my creator's concept. And if I am an idea, then that means that I have value, great value in the world, just as any idea does, right? Because an idea represents a solution to a problem, an answer to a question. Think of anything in the world that is created. It was created, brought into existence from concept to creation for the purpose of serving a worthy purpose, right? Of providing for something or for someone. And so, because you exist, because you are, that means that you are a creation, a form of creation. You began as an idea, as a concept in the mind of your creator. And so that means you have value, you have purpose, and that is a great means of motivation. Secondly, you are a contribution. That's right. Nothing in this world exist without having built into it the capacity to contribute to this world in some form or some fashion. Think about it. Anything in your life, anything that you can see, anything that you can touch, anything that you can feel, anything that you can see, taste, it doesn't matter. Name anything, and I promise you, it is contributing to something else. So consider yourself a contribution. You have woven within your very DNA, you have woven within yourself the capacity built into you already from the moment of conception, from the moment that you came into this world. You already had it. Yes, you can cultivate it. Yes, you can build upon it. Yes, you can increase in your capacity of it and in it. But you must know that at the very base of your life, woven within the very fabric of your DNA, you are already a contribution to the betterment of our society. That was a part of what your Creator had in mind when He created you, to be a contribution. There are gifts, there are talents, there are things within you that you do in a very special way, a very unique way, and it serves a purpose, it serves others, it contributes to the lives of others, it contributes to this overall thing that we call life. And from that, again, you can draw much motivation. So I share these two with you today in hopes of sparking an idea, sparking your curiosity, maybe inspiring you to consider yourself, to think about yourself in new and wonderful ways, to not just think of yourself as a man or a woman, but to think of yourself as something worth living for, something worth being excited for. Have you ever asked yourself, are you excited about being you, right? Or rather, have you ever heard that question? Are you excited about being you? And if you're not, then maybe considering these things, maybe considering that you are, right, a creation, something created. You are a contribution. That's what you are. You see, when you discover what you are, that gives you clues, breadcrumbs to who you are to be and why you exist. It's like pieces to a puzzle. Many of you are trying to figure it out. Who am I? What's my identity? Who am I to be? Why do I exist? Why am I here? Well, I've discovered that the greatest source of information, the greatest source of inspiration when it comes to answering who am I and who am I to be? Why am I? Why do I exist? It begins with what you are and making it very personal. What I am. There's much more I can share. There's much more to be discovered. There's much more to identify with, but let's begin with these two. Creation, contribution. Consider yourself to be these things and what they may mean to you and to this world at large. Yes, there is so much more to unpack. There is so much more to unfold. There is so much more to discover. But let's begin here. If you've hit that wall, if your world is at a standstill and there's no more external motivation, seems like nothing else can inspire you, it seems like nothing else is helping to move you forward, then I want you to consider these two ideas, images, identities: creation, contribution. That is what you are. I believe in you. I pray for you. And I love you. Much success on your journey.